On my left wrist, I'm wearing my very cool Casio DW-290. First released around the early 1990s, a legendary watch that has been used by NASA aquanauts on Nemo training missions, and more famously worn by Tom Cruise in Mission Impossible 1 way back in 1996. And on my right wrist, I'm wearing the Casio DW-291H. Released at the end of 2019, it's kind of based on the original DW-290, so I thought it'd be interesting to compare them side by side and see if this new version is better than the original Casio DW-290. So let's take a closer look. Casio DW-291H, this new model, width of 50.4 millimeters, case length of 50.5 millimeters, so it's quite a square watch, and the thickness is 13.5 millimeters. But if you notice that on the crystal on this one, it does protrude a little bit from the actual case, so maybe another millimeter there on that harder mineral crystal sticking out from the case. Crystal on the DW-290 is recessed a little bit, gives you a little bit more protection, and the weight of the DW-290 is 56 grams, so a little bit lighter than the new DW-291H. If I press the mode button on the DW-291H, the first feature that you're going to get is world time compared to the original DW-290, which doesn't have world time. So you can set this for any city in the world. Very useful feature if you're a traveler. Pressing again, you get your 5 alarms compared to the DW-290, which only has one multifunction alarm. If I press the mode again, you get a 24-hour countdown timer. Pressing the mode again, you get your stopwatch. Pressing again, you get back to your regular local time, which you have your very large time display. You get your date and your month and also the day. On this top right hand corner, kind of analog time display where you've got the hour and minute hands. It's so tiny it's hardly be able to see it, so it's very much just a design feature. 4 screws on the bezel, they are removable, so this bezel you could actually remove. Maybe a great feature there for the modding community that likes to take parts off the watch and change colors and do all kinds of stuff to that, so a very unique feature to that bezel compared to the original DW-290, which is just a solid all one-piece case. Carrying on the theme of this kind of piston protectors around these oversized steel buttons, that design feature came from the original DW-290 thing. They kind of look like they would move, but they don't. They're just a solid fixed button protectors. Very cool, very industrial looking design, and the buttons are quite large, even larger than the original DW-290, which had pretty large buttons to begin with. Both watches are 200 meters water resistance. The lighting feature for both watches is quite different as well. The original Casio DW-290 has the electroluminescent backlight, and if you hold the button, the light will stay on. Gives you a complete even glow across the watch face. You notice on the dial here they have it printed several times. You've got electroluminescence printed at the top there, illuminator, and also down here electroluminescence. It must have been quite a big feature back in the early 90s when this watch was first released that they had to print it so many times on the watch. On the new Casio DW-291H, LED backlight which lights from the bottom, and it gives you this amber color, and it only stays on between 1 and 3 seconds, which you can set, so holding in the button does not keep the light on. And I think that's part of this new updated module where it uses a lot less energy, because this has a 10-year battery life compared to the original Casio DW-290, which only has a 2-year battery life, which is still pretty good. It just takes a regular CR2016 battery. If I stack the watches one on top of each other, DW-291H is on top. You can see that it's just an overall bigger, heavier construction. Case back on both watches, you've got this solid stainless steel plate held in with 4 long screws, giving a very solid construction to both of these heavy duty watches. On the DW-290, that solid stainless steel plate on the back. The straps on both the models are similar, but a little bit bigger and heavier duty on the new DW-291. It's around a 21 millimeter thickness on the width on that very hard resin strap. And if you notice that the watch doesn't sit flat, it comes back to its rounded shape, so it gives good comfort around the wrist. But I do prefer the DW-290 that it does lie flat when you put it down, so it's nice when you just put it on the side when you're not wearing it that it does kind of stay flat. Very unique color on both watches. You have this kind of gray color. Neither of them are black. It's this almost has a blue tint to it, and the resin strap on this one is around 20 millimeters. Both of the watches have the heavy duty plastic buckles. A little bit bigger on the DW-291H, and You can see there side by side, the DW-291H is just a little bit bigger in its width. Side by side, you can see that the strap on the DW-291H on the right is thicker, wider. Price on the DW-291H is under $40. You can typically find this for around $35 or so. Construction quality and features for under $40. I think it's absolutely fantastic, and you're getting 200 meters water resistance, legendary build quality from the world's #1 brand in digital watches, and you've got color options with this watch. Price on the original Casio DW-290, the retail price was originally $49.95. You can still pick them up for around $50 mark, sometimes less, but I've noticed recently the prices are really going up on these as they become more desirable. The DW-291H at just $35 thereabouts, it's a fantastic buy, and it's a very cool watch. Could make a great ideal travel cheap watch, and also for beach holidays. 200 meters water resistance, ideal for swimming, diving, water sports. So a really cool watch. Both watches are absolutely fantastic, and I highly recommend both. I wouldn't say one is better than the other. It's really going to come down to the design features, and if you want those multi-city time zones, if that's a benefit to you. What do you think about this? Let me know in the comments below. And do you actually already own the original DW-290? I've done a full watch review on this one, so links in the description below. Do check that out as well. Thanks for watching, guys. Have a great day, and I'll catch you on the next episode of Cool Watch Reviews. Bye for now.